Disclaimer: this guide focuses purely on land-based tank combat. With the current state of Foxhole, aerial gameplay will be set aside for now. We'll focus on what actually matters, the decisions you make inside a tank. Welcome back to the Frontlines, Tankers. I'm Ed. Today we're breaking down the backbone of any serious armored force, the battle tank. This tank is a force multiplier, a frontline anchor, and in the right hands, it decides how a battle is fought. But here's the reality. Most battle tanks die quickly because the crew inside them doesn't understand what they're doing. The battle tank is a team weapon, and if your crew isn't coordinated, it becomes the most expensive mistake on the front line. So in this guide, I'm going to break down everything you need to know. Your crew, your loadout, your roles, your logistics, your deployment, your engagements, and how to survive long enough to actually make an impact. Let's roll out. The purpose of a battle tank. The battle tank is a centerpiece unit. Wherever it is positioned, the front line begins to form around it. It holds ground, it applies pressure when pushing, and it forces the enemy to respond. But that also means one thing: you are always a priority target, and if you are not ready for that, you won't last long. Crew and roles. Commander. As the commander, you have the widest vision in the tank. Use your hatch, use your binoculars. Your job is to scout, identify threats, and call targets. Always inform your driver ahead of time where you want to position and what you're about to engage. Use cardinal directions to communicate clearly. And most importantly, do not micromanage. Trust your crew to do their roles so you can focus on awareness and threat management. Driver. You are the limit of your commander's ambition. Your job is to keep the tank alive. You need to understand instinctively how much damage your tank can take and when it's time to pull back. Positioning is your responsibility, and you must be confident enough to make decisions even if it means overriding a bad call, because in the end, everyone's survival is in your hands. Gunner. You make every round count. You need to quickly identify priority targets and hit enemy subsystems instinctively. Call out threats in front of you. If your commander misses something, you speak up. Tell your driver to reverse when needed, and always communicate with your engineer if you are not loaded. Secondary gunner. Your job is pressure. Wherever your tank goes, you apply constant fire. Do not hesitate, do not conserve unnecessarily, suppress threats, clear infantry, and call out anything your crew might miss. Engineer. You are the one who keeps the tank fighting. You load, you repair, and you monitor the tank's condition. During engagements, loading is your priority. Outside of combat, keep the tank repaired and ready. You can see the tank's HP, so be vocal about it. And during downtime, check intel for threats and incoming danger. Loadout and logistics. Every crew member should be properly equipped. Wear a tanker uniform, bring a hammer, a bandage for emergencies, a radio for intel, a gas mask with extra filters, and as many BMATs as you can carry to keep your tank alive. The commander should always have binoculars, bring a wrench for landmines, and optionally a sidearm. Logistics. Logistics determine how long you can stay in the fight. Before deployment, bring at least 1 or 2 extra pallets of ammo and a container of fuel. Move as a convoy and have other crew handle the supply vehicles, because it is always better to bring what you need than to depend on something that may never arrive. Choosing a deployment area. The battle tank is a major asset on the field, so you should be deploying where the fighting is at its peak. Whether you're attacking or defending, you belong in the heaviest part of the front line. Because your presence alone shifts the fight. You are a morale booster, a rally point, a symbol that the line can hold or push forward. And there's a practical reason for this as well. High-intensity front lines usually have a steady flow of logistics and a strong presence of allied tanks and infantry. That means you get the support you need and the sustain to stay in the fight longer. Because a battle tank alone is strong, but a battle tank with a full front line behind it becomes something the enemy cannot ignore. Engagements. How to fight. Line battles. In tank line battles, your priority is to eliminate soft target first. Light tank destroyers, falchions, spatas, these are your targets. Removing them reduces the enemy's damage output immediately. Ignore heavier armor for now unless there are no other targets in front of you. Always coordinate with your line. As a battle tank, your actions dictate the flow. Your line will follow whatever you do. Your commander should act as a shot caller, focusing fire to eliminate one target per volley. A strategy I consistently use is to let the enemy line commit first. When they push into you, you gain the advantage. You can fire while reversing. You can stay closer to your own support. You can force them to overextend. That's when mistakes happen. Tanks gets isolated, hesitation sets in, and one by one, you pick them apart. If done correctly, you can lure their entire line into your defenses and anti-tank push guns. Once their line collapses, that's when you push. Pushing a position. The biggest obstacle in any offensive are trenches, and you are the best tool to remove them. When pushing, prioritize destroying enemy trenches. Every trenches you remove opens space for your infantry to advance. It builds momentum, it builds confidence, and it allows your allied tanks to move forward safely. Killing tanks might feel more rewarding, but destroying trenches wins ground. Defending a point. Staying inside concrete bases might feel safe, but all you're doing is letting the enemy PvE your defenses. Instead, go out and be the threat. Force the enemy to react to you, because every second they spend dealing with your tank is pressure taken off your base. It gives your team time to rebuild, resupply, and stabilize the front line. Sometimes the best defense is being the problem the enemy has to solve. Risk assessment and survivability. Battle tank survivability relies heavily on its armor, so take the time to repair it properly at the garage whenever needed. And understand this, most battle tanks are lost because of bad decisions. Getting tracked in a bad position, getting flanked and sticky from behind, and being isolated from your own support. So stay with your line and respect infantry threats. Maintain awareness at all times and never stay in a bad position hoping it gets better, because it won't. Before we end this, understand this clearly. A battle tank is just a machine. It wins because of the crew inside it. Your positioning decides how the enemy will respond. Your communication decides if you fight effectively. Your discipline decides if you survive. So slow it down, stay with your line, and think ahead. Because this tank doesn't forgive mistakes, and neither will the enemy. This is Ed with another tanking guide, and remember, when in doubt, hold W.